So, a better way to reject applicants. Most companies don't give two thoughts to how they do rejection in today's job market. But if you actually paid a little attention to what you're doing there as an employer, you can really change the dynamic of how all your candidates think of you as an employer, right? And so, rejection counts, especially the words you put in that rejection email. Everyone should get a rejection email overall, but really the words matter when it comes to these types of communications to your candidates. And so I created Rejobify as a better way to reject applicants because I saw that the rejection email needed some work. It needed to change the way job seekers think about you as an employer. And that's what we're trying to do with this service here. So the mission of Rejobify is to help those you can't hire. 99% of your candidates you're not going to hire anyway. So what do you do with those? Rather than just kind of throw them away and say no and no thank you, that's where we come in and try and help them move on from there. I'll show you how we do that. But let's talk about rejection first. So here's a quote from a staffing manager at Google. And I think if Google cares about rejection, every company should. If your rejection process makes a good impression, it's more likely that candidates and their network will stay connected with your brand, both as future job applicants and, depending on your business, even customers. So what he's talking about there is just, let's say you have a consumer-faced business where you have a store or something like that. You can actually turn those rejected applicants into customers. There's a famous story of Virgin Atlantic Airways giving away flight vouchers to their rejected applicants and generating millions of dollars in flights through that coupon code they gave out. And so that's what he's talking about here. So great quote about rejection. Here's some stuff that we found on the Twitters. And this first one on the left, instead of rejecting candidates, redirect them to communities or ways they can become a better seeker, a better candidate. Lindsay Sanford writes at eBrandCon from last year, I think it was. That's exactly what Rejobify does overall. On the right, you'll see a rejection message about a job seeker who got rejected for a job she applied for 9 months ago, right? And here she thought she had it in the bag, frowny face. And she says, try harder talent acquisition and recruitment, folks. So we couldn't agree more at Rejobify. And this happens way too often in the candidate experience among candidates. So here's another rejection story quickly. So Linda Beltran posted on LinkedIn last year, back in, I think it was July, that she got rejected by Johnson & Johnson. And she actually loved the email so much that she actually praised them on LinkedIn. And to me, this is employer branding you cannot buy, right? And this is exactly the response I think every company should strive for when it comes to sending out rejections. So she says, kudos to Johnson & Johnson and their talent acquisition team for what was, without question, the nicest, most thoughtful TBNT, or thank you, but no thank you email I've ever received. I'm sure it's a form letter, but it's an especially well-written form letter that really speaks volumes about their company culture and their professionalism. It's encouraging and upbeat, despite the fact that it's delivering disappointing news. That's not easy to finesse. And so, words matter here. And even if you don't use Jobify, I would encourage you to change the way you what you say in that rejection email. Let's take a look at some actual job seeker emails that come from some of our Rejobify clients that we found out about. So we have 4 examples here. These are sent to our client who rejected them for a job. And so let's take a quick run through of these. Quote, I'm so impressed with this kind reply and the community spirit these words reflect. I'll be sure to investigate the links you have taken the time to share. Thank you. I appreciate what you have done to make my search easier. I appreciate the response. Thank you for being so kind and offering the help that you have. And finally, thank you for the response. It makes such a difference as an applicant, right? So just imagine getting these emails when you're sending out your rejection emails. That doesn't happen today for the vast majority of companies out there, but they do for Rejobify clients. So the idea, again, turn the tables on your rejected applicants and they will thank you for rejecting them. How's that for a turnaround? So the problem really is that getting rejected sucks. There's no way around that. Candidates press delete those emails, and they're left with an entirely negative experience. They may even go into a Glassdoor and rant about how bad it was or why you rejected them with no reason, or they may even reply back and say something nasty. But that's the problem, right? So how do you fix that? You fix that by installing Rejobify and helping them move on, by helping them improve their job search skills and kind of leaving them with a smile. And I'll show you how we do that with the product. You've rejected them at that point. There's no reason to not help them move on, in other words. So how we do that? So within your existing email rejection template on your ATS, you will embed a link and a small offer, a small phrase inside of that template to a landing page that's on Rejobify. So you're inviting them to take part in that. They have to click on it. It's an opt-in process. And so on that landing page, there's kind of two main things. There's a 7-day job search email course and a bunch of other job links and free resources we give them that are on the internet they can download for free, things like that, to help them move on in their search. And so basically, this is a pretty simple process in terms of installing Rejobify. You send us your existing rejection email template. We embed our text and link into that template. We'll also help you rewrite that template as well. If you've used just kind of the boilerplate ATS template that they gave you, we'll actually help you reword that a bit, make the tone better, make it sound nicer, so that it also helps with people who are seeing it. You cut and paste back into your ATS, start rejecting as normal, and then candidates will click on there and on that link and opt in from there. And that's how it works. So a very simple process, set it and forget it, and off you go. Here's what that might look like. Here's a sample rejection email, right? You've got the, hey, thanks for applying to our company name. We're pleased to hear that you are interested in part of the team. Though your resume and background are impressive, we cannot offer you a position at this time. As a thank you for taking the time to apply, we've teamed up with Rejobify to help you become a better job seeker. Just click here to access a free job hunting course and other tools and tips to continue your job search. Happy hunting, your company name. Right? That's a typical rejection email you see today. And that link inside of your rejection email template goes to a page like this. This is Logicalis's landing page, one of our clients. And so the first thing you see there is the email course. And so this is an email course they sign up for. First name and just email address, so it's opt-in. And for every day, 7 days in a row, they get a kind of a lengthy email with a course in there about job search tips, tricks, and hacks, interviewing, resume advice, written by myself and a few other career coaches that I know and trust. Mark Anthony Dyson, who's the voice of Job Seekers podcast, Lisa Rangel, who runs resumes in New York, and Hannah Morgan, who is the Career Sherpa career coach, have all contributed to a day in the course. And so each morning they will get that course in the email to help them improve their job search skills. And that's the free thing we give them. That's kind of the main tool. It's above the fold, and that's the kind of the main offering. Beyond there, we also give them links to things like these resume cheat sheets. We have email alerts as well, powered by one of our job board providers or partners, and they can also get alerts and get job alerts as well for their to continue their job search going forward. Each landing page is customized to fit your logo and color scheme. So these are a few of our clients here. You can see how we do that. It's in partnership with us, but the page is kind of centered on their brand overall. And so I'll show you some examples in a second, either on the web. But why Rejobify? So a few things here. So it's a set it and forget it solution. Once you put it in place, you don't have to worry about logging into anything. It's the simplest piece of HR tech you're ever going to install. And that's one of the best things about it, in my opinion. It's goodwill that will build employer brand and a better perception of your company as a nice employer. Glassdoor prevention, as I mentioned before. It's a positive rejection experience. And I think lastly, and probably the most important, is it differentiates you from other employers out there. Very few companies are doing this. Johnson & Johnson's kind of doing it on their own. I think they partnered with the Muse a couple of years ago to revamp all their communication templates. But it really helps to differentiate you from other employers. And you saw that example there from Linda Beltran, who praised them on LinkedIn. This is what a service like Rejobify does. It really helps to change that perception of you as an employer and differentiate you from the competition out there. In a world of, where empathy is so important now in the candidate experience, I think a service like Rejobify is an important piece to add to your candidate experience. So don't just reject candidates, Rejobify them, is what we say. Pricing is very simple, and for anybody on the call who wants to take advantage of this, I will give you a special deal on this. So normally it's $120 a month or $1,200 annually for companies who send less than 2,000 resume rejection emails each month. So that's kind of the vast majority of our clients anyway. We'll take $20 off the monthly fee or $200 off the annual. So you get it for $100 a month or $1,000 annually, which is less than, if you pay annually, it's less than $100 a month if you lock in that yearly rate. Again, if you send less than 2,000 rejection emails, which vast majority of companies do, that's the pricing there. And same thing for the enterprise. More than 2,000, we'll take we'll knock it down to 150 and then 1,500 annually. All right, let me show you a few things that also are included with this. So we'll also send you stats on a monthly basis. So each month we'll just send you a quick report. This is what the report looks like. It's kind of just a snapshot of how your landing page is doing. This is the landing page stats for eye care partners. They're a eye care company based in the Midwest with some different retail locations. And they've got a landing page. They've been with us for over 2 years now. This is their landing page stats. They've had over 384 of their rejected candidates subscribe to the email course. They've clicked on a lot of the links on the page hundreds of times and visited the page hundreds of times. And you can see here the activity happening. This blank space here is back when the pandemic first hit, when they stopped hiring. But since then, they picked up again. And again, their page is being actively used on an everyday basis, 10 to 15 times a day from what I see here. And here's another example of a live landing page. So beyond the other, the job search course, these are some of the other links we link out to. So we partner with a bunch of different services and tools, free career assessments from this new career assessment company. We got job alerts here. We've got free resume tools from Chameleon Resumes, free PDF they can download, top 1,000 job board list, how to write a resume. There's some other free ebooks as well. And we just thank them for coming to the page, and we link back to the company's career sites as well on the bottom of the form. And so it's a thank you. It's a way to give back to the candidates who take the time to apply. And that's kind of the point of this, right? It's to help them move on. And it's a win-win for both you and the seeker overall. So that's kind of a quick, in a nutshell, what Rejobify does. So with that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and let's talk about all right. So any questions in the chat there? Got a quick question, throw it in there. It's good for any kind of, I think any kind of job, except for really maybe some high level listings themselves. If you're rejecting PhDs, it's probably not the product for them, but for the vast majority of positions, a tool like Rejobify is what this is good for. So, well, if there's no questions, that will end the talk today. You can watch the replay anytime you want on the same link. And we'll also push this out to our YouTube channel for RegTech Media as well. So I thank you all for coming. And Rejobify.com is where to go. And thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time.